Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome in. My name is Sam, the Magical Queen Tarot here, and the Magical Queen on Instagram. I am here to bring you a message today. I don't know what this message is going to be about. Um, Today is the new moon eclipse. That is today. That is right now. It's happening right now. I know that there is, we're also in retrograde and eclipse season. So there has been a lot of, kind of fear mongering, like, oh, you better watch out for this, you better watch out for that. And I'm not here to do that. I am going to be honest about the energies that I am picking up on and whatever is coming forward. So, if you are a Patreon member, that is my community that I have built over these last 2.5 years, and I am very grateful to have that space. So, if you're new here, I've been doing this for probably my whole life, but publicly, openly, professionally, I guess you could say. Am I going on 6 or 7 years this year? I'm not sure, but we're close. It's 6 or 7. But Patreon, I've had for about 2.5 years now. So I'm very grateful for the exchange there. I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful if you watch here, if you book readings with me, buy my products, get the Nova Flames products. If you like, share, subscribe, or anything here or on Instagram, I appreciate you with all of my heart. But if you are part of our magical coven over on Patreon, I did talk about today the eclipse energies and just kind of what we can do to really help calm the energy and bring forward a sense of peace. Okay. So we'll be talking about that over there on the chat today as well. And I also, if you are on Instagram, you saw that I'm doing a peace and protection collective candle tonight. So if you want to participate, it is 100% donation based. You could send $1, $5, $10, does not matter. I am doing a peace and protection candle on this eclipse. Okay. So now that we've gotten all that out of the way, let's get into the reading. Okay. We are going to start here with this. I forgot what this tarot deck is called. I don't have the box anymore, but this is like the OG one. I've had this deck for shit. I don't even know. Probably as long as I've been doing this. I think it's called like the Psychic Tarot deck. I love this deck. But we are going to get into the messages here. What do we need to know? What do we need to know, Spirit? What are we talking about today? What are we channeling today? What do we need to know with accuracy and clarity from my angels and my spirit guides? What do we need to know? Bitch. Deception and envy. Okay. So, number 7, I do see air sign energy. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra is coming forward here. Now, this could be somebody, and this person is deceptive. They're wearing a mask. They're hiding behind something. Hiding behind friendship, hiding behind a disguise of friendship or care. Now, I do feel that this eclipse could be bringing this forward. Okay. Somebody that has been hiding behind a disguise. This could be something that you are already aware of, or this could be something that is going to be emerging either now or after the eclipse has occurred, because we'll still be in that energy. Okay. What a way to start out the reading, Spirit. But yeah, I definitely feel like there's something that someone is not being honest about. Okay. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be somebody that's jealous or envious. This could also be an energy of somebody that is just not being honest with you. Okay. This could be lover, friend, family, put it wherever it fits. I feel that it's somebody who's just dishonest. And again, it could be somebody that's hiding behind a disguise of something. You put it where it fits. So let's see what else, Spirit. Let's see what else. Patience. Okay, we have Sagittarius energy here. Patience. I love this card. I love this Temperance card. So this is the energy of something growing, something coming into your fruition. You know what's so fucking weird? Okay, number 14, and also that is 7 plus 7 is 14. So number 14 seems significant. Okay. This is giving back to basics. Okay. I said this earlier, and I actually want to do a video on going back to the basics of psychic abilities, the craft, just all of like the basics. I feel like this is a very important message for those of you that are watching. It does not matter what your craft is. It doesn't matter if you're into tarot or magic, or, you know, you work at a hospital. It doesn't matter. It's not specific to that. But the message I get here is going back to basics and really watching it grow. I feel for a lot of us, we've over these last chaotic, crazy ass 4 years, I would say like the last 5, things have been wild, right? Very up and down. A lot of us have experienced a lot of high highs and a lot of low lows. Now, I feel because this is a new moon, even though it's an eclipse, it's the new moon. There's a new opportunity, there's a new beginning coming forward here. I feel like there is this energy of going back to basics, going back to the basics of manifestation, going back to the basics of just simplicity, you know, waking up in the morning and just saying your prayers and, you know, not doing all this crazy, intricate, you know, things that you've learned along the way. Not to say that those are useless, not to say that, but this is very much kind of like stripping away all of this like shit that you've learned. It's like cluttered your mind. You're like, well, I was doing this before, but now I learned this. Am I doing it wrong? Like, was I doing it wrong the whole time? Like, there's something about simplicity here. And there's something about going back to the basics of something. Again, it could be whatever it is for you, but it's like, we're going back to the basics so that we can really watch it grow. I feel like there was a spurt of growth. Like, again, from like 2019 to right now, right? So that's about 5 years, right? I feel like there's been so many growth spurts. Now, for me, this feels like somebody maybe that was getting into their spiritual journey. They were just, you know, going through their spiritual awakening. It could have begun around that time for some of you, or maybe there was just like a new beginning around that time for some of us. And it feels like it was like having these realizations and learning these new things and really tapping in on like a peaceful, enjoyable level. And we know shadow work. We know we have to go through the shit to get to the light. We have to go through the dark to get to the light. We know all that, right? But this feels like just too much weight has come into this situation, into your spiritual awakening. Too much clutter has entered. And it feels like this eclipse, this new moon, is an opportunity to kind of strip it all away and get back to the basics, to get back to the real growth, to stop getting sidetracked, right? So however that's going to make sense, it's weird because I want to do a video on basics. Like, you know, when you first get into your spiritual awakening and you just kind of barely start learning about the signs and 1111 and things like that, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like once you get into your path, you start to learn a bunch of new things from different people, which again is not a bad thing. It's not. But at times it can feel very confusing because you're like, well, I learned that, you know, I can light a candle for this, and now they're saying I can't do that. Like, it's very much going back to basics that work for you. Going back to what you felt good doing, what felt right to you. If it was a simple, you had just one amethyst crystal and, you know, you sat with that and then you did a prayer and you just felt great. It's that. It doesn't matter if you need a crystal grid and a fucking, you know, like, it doesn't matter what people are saying you need. It matters what feels right to you. And I feel that for a lot of you, this is where you're going to see that immense growth. Okay. Now, this is what I'm getting with this, getting back to the basics. We're going to leave this on this. I mean, this is a message, you know, a revelation, but this is more about you. I feel like Spirit is wanting to talk about you and what is coming for you. What is coming after this eclipse? What is coming in your personal journey? What is coming in the future? What are you going to be experiencing? That's what I feel we're talking about today. Let's see. Oh my God. Yeah, the throat chakra. Communication. What are you going to be experiencing? I feel that you stepping back into this space of like, you know what? I want to find myself again. I want to find my joy again. And I don't really care what anyone says looks right or isn't right or whatever. I want to find my joy again. This is honesty. This is speaking honest truths. You know what? This is also Seven of Swords energy, this first card that we got. Now, again, I do think that that's going to apply to some people with the, you know, person hiding behind a certain facade and things like that. But I also feel that this could be lying to yourself. For some of you, this could be you just not really wanting to be honest with yourself or being afraid to be honest with yourself because, you know, everyone around you is saying you shouldn't do things that way, you shouldn't do things that way, or having this judgment or whatever the case is. Like, for me, to be completely honest with you guys, and a lot of you know this, I've been this way forever. I have always done like candles. I've always done shit like this. Like it was just a natural. I've always been psychic. I've always been a witch. And when I say a witch, I know a lot of people have a very negative connotation around that word. I am not a devil worshiper, nothing of the sort. That is not what that means, right? Now, I've always just worked with the elements, the herbs and the flames and the candle and the scents and all of that. Before I even knew what the fuck I was doing, I was already doing that, right? And I remember being very afraid to be open about that because people would immediately, even now, like I'm sure some people watching this right now, they heard me say the word witch and they're like, oh my God, no, I can't watch this. You know what I mean? Like I get it. It's fine. That's totally fine. But that is what I associate myself with. That is part of the things that make me feel joyful. I love that, right? And that took a lot of courage for me to be honest with myself and be honest with the world about what I really wanted to do and what path I was really taking. So again, this doesn't even if you don't resonate with exactly what I am or what I do or what I resonate with, this is about you being honest with yourself and doing what feels right to you, no matter what the fuck anyone has to say, no matter what somebody's opinions or their research has shown and all this bullshit. What the fuck feels right to you, right? Again, this could be about anything. Could be about a relationship too. Who knows, right? This is about you being honest with yourself. The throat chakra is coming forward here because you are speaking the truth to yourself. You are being honest with yourself. And I feel like this is an opportunity for a new beginning, but going back to a basic start. That makes sense. I don't know. I think it's going to make sense once we get there. I think it's going to make sense once you start to see the energy. We have number 5 here. 14 is also 5. So change. Okay, let's see what else Spirit has to say. So rejoice in celebration. Yeah. Some of you might be doing some type of like ritual tonight or like a ceremony, maybe with others. I also feel like this could be a reconciliation coming forward here. Going out to have drinks with somebody. This could be, yeah, you could be reconnecting with someone. We're in retrograde. I wouldn't be fucking surprised, but you could be reconnecting with somebody, going to have a talk, a drink. Also celebrating. Celebration is on the horizon. You may be getting some good news within the next 4 or 5 days. For some of you, could be getting some really good news. It could be about a financial situation as well. I also feel for some of you, after the retrograde is over, which I believe, I want to say like we're out of the woods with like by April 25th-ish, maybe a little bit before that, around, don't quote me on that, but around that time, Google it, when retrograde ends. I feel like for some of you, you could be getting your credit up, and getting a home or like getting a loan to do something. Could be a business thing, like something like that feels real fucking significant. And it's so weird because I feel like this energy of being honest with yourself is going to align things so much so that you're going to see a really big growth spurt. Those growth spurts that we used to have back in like 2019, 20, and 21, where we're like, oh my God, everything's really working out for us. And then it kind of like it fell out. Some of us were like the pitfall, right? Like, oh fuck, like everything was good and now I'm kind of like stagnant again. It's kind of slow. Like maybe money's not going as good as it was before. Like, I don't know, maybe love life. I don't know what it is, but that's the energy that I'm getting. But I feel like after this new beginning of the eclipse, you're going to see that similar growth, if not more, abundantly in love. Like, I don't know. That's what I'm getting. Excuse me. I have like a tiny cold, but it's healing. It's already been like 2 days, so I feel better, but I just sound like shit. That's what I'm getting. Okay, number 333. Let's see. That feels good to me. Shit. That's what I like to motherfucking hear, bitch. All right, let's see. Yep. Stop it. Okay, if you watch me a lot, you know I don't really take reversals, but if I get one in reverse and I feel I need to leave it that way, look at that. Trapped in fear. This is the energy of feeling stuck. Very much like, damn, everything was going good and now it's kind of falling through. Like, what the fuck? Why is it kind of feeling stagnant? Like, everything took off. Everything felt great. I was on my spiritual journey. I felt amazing. And then I went through this fucking rough and tumble part of it. And it's just like, how do I get back? I want to get back. And that's what this feels like. You are no longer stuck. Look at this. Material and spiritual prosperity. This is the energy of being prosperous in the material world and the spiritual world. It's funny because like this reading is screaming getting back to basics of spirituality, getting back to the basics of understanding what feels right to your spirit and what feels right to your soul. This is very much that energy. There's a lot of, I feel by the time we get to summer has been a big theme, which we'll, as we go, we're going to continue to see what the fuck that's about. But as we get into summer, I feel like, I'm telling you, like the home is coming in, the money is coming in, the relationship is coming in, whatever it is, it's because you're being more honest with yourself about what you really want to do. And this is taking you into a more prosperous time in your life. This is taking you into a more abundant time in your life. And you're going to be seeing those energies that you saw when things were taking off. You're going to be seeing those energies again. I just heard Spirit say, don't you fear. You will be seeing those energies again. Okay, let's get a couple more and then we're going to end this one. Let's see. 2121, red car. Let me show you guys. Red car, photo album, nostalgic, ocean, and blue bird. Okay, color blue comes up again. So these could be signs of synchronicities, or this could just be energies that are coming forward for you. A red car, an old photo album, being nostalgic, going to the ocean. The ocean's been coming up a lot in my readings on my Patreon as well. Now this, I'm reminiscing. It's funny because nostalgic would totally align with that energy of like, I want to go back to how I felt when I first started. I want to go back to how I felt when I first opened my third eye. I want to go back to how I felt when I realized what I could do. When I realized I could manifest, when I was so fucking good at it. I want to go back to that. And that's what it feels like. It feels like you are going back to that. 76, which is also 1313, transformation, gold, sunshine, and vitamin D. It's funny because it's really important for us to ground today. So go out in the sun, go out in the sunlight, get some vitamin D, whatever type of vitamin D you want to get, girl. Gold as well. Gold is so high frequency, is a symbol of abundance, and it is also very protective. Okay, so very protected, abundant. I'm telling you, gold. Really, the energy of gold is going to appear when we're talking about how prosperous we're about to be, how prosperous we already are, going back to the basics and experiencing that again. And it's sustaining this time. Okay, we're going to get one more and we're going to leave it at that today. 1188. Karma is going to hit those who have done you wrong. All right. I don't think we need to say much more. Okay. If you would like a personalized reading, those are located below. I have emergencies, same day readings, audio, video, and I also have email. There's different options, and I also have my full in-depth video readings as well. Everything is linked down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you on the next one.